Hello and welcome everybody, what's going on? It's me, I'm TV, and yes, I'm a little bit late with this one. Right now, Hertha Berlin vs Schalke is playing right now, so obviously this is not a full Bundesliga preview, this is obviously just a Saturday and Sunday Bundesliga preview. Although for that match, which is going on, it's 35 minutes in, and I think this match will end 2-1. I'm not sure, I just feel like 2-1 is a good result, because it's 0-0 right now, but both teams are trying to go forward, so I think it'll end as a 2-1 win for Hertha Berlin, just because they're the better team in my opinion, right now at least. But let's actually talk about the Bundesliga matches that happened this weekend, and I'll do Bayern last. Actually, I'll do Bayern first, just because I know a lot of people are just here to hear my predictions on the Bayern vs Werder Bremen match. Obviously, Pizarro is now out; he's not going to be playing that match. So a lot of you guys are just here to hear my thoughts on that. So that's what I'll start with that one, and then I'll go into like the other matches. So Bayern Munich vs Werder Bremen obviously happening tomorrow, Saturday. 5:30. Interesting. But you look at the team. Well, 5:30 in my time, obviously UK. But you look at the two teams, and obviously Bayern Munich, we're kind of in a good / bad period. We obviously lost against Mainz, but then against Dortmund we had one of our best matches in general. The first half obviously was really equal, whereas the second half we were much more dominant, but we just couldn't find the goal because Berkey did quite a few brilliant saves. So we're not really in a great period, but I think we're doing quite well, because normally when we have a bad result, the next result will always be a great result. Obviously this didn't happen against Dortmund, so what I'm hoping for this match, especially against Werder Bremen, I hope that we're going to rotate heavily. I think that's the view that most people have, that people want us to, like, every Bayern fan wants us to rotate, every Bayern fan wants Pep to rotate, just so that we can basically have like a team at full strength against Juventus. And so if you're looking at key players that played a lot of matches lately that kind of needs a little bit of rest here and there, I'm looking at Alaba, Lam, even, he's been playing quite a while now. So Alaba, Lam, I'd even give Vidal a rest, just because I think that Pep might go with Vidal in the whole midfield role against Juventus instead of Javi. I don't know if Javi Martinez is going to be fit for this game, because obviously the speculations were that he's going to be fit for the Juventus match, and if that's the case, that he should be able to play a few minutes in this match against Werder Bremen. But I don't know if that's the case, because from what I've seen, he doesn't look 100% ready. He's just about, but I think he needs about another week and a half, so I don't think he'll be able to play for this match, and definitely I don't think he'll play against Juventus, but we'll see. I think that Kimmich, he is going to play. I think Kimmich and Benatia. I don't know about Tasky, because obviously Pep hasn't really played Tasky whatsoever except one match. So I don't know how exactly that's going to go. I would prefer that Tasky and Benatia plays against Werder Bremen, just so that we can see which one of them would work better, and then like halfway through the match bring on Kimmich, so you could basically have Kimmich play there and then see like which one combines better with Kimmich, because I think that Kimmich and Alaba is going to be the centre back partnership against Juventus. But I think that Benatia, obviously, I don't know how fully fit he is, but he has the potential of breaking through just before the Juventus match, breaking into that squad just before the Juventus match. It all depends on how fit he is, and obviously that's the key part, because I don't want to bring a player back or rush him back. But talking about players, there's another player that has to play in my opinion, and that is Götze. So many rumours coming out about Götze right now, obviously with him not being wanted by the team, that some of the only person that wants him to stay, and all of these kind of rumours that are coming out. I've seen nothing yet from like credible sources. Most of them have come from like Sport 1 and Sport Build, so nothing too credible just yet. But I think that like the way it seems, because it's just happening all at once, the way it seems, it could be that he might not actually stay, and he might actually leave this summer, which I really don't hope, because I think that he's a great player. I think that he's shown that he's a great player, and even though last season, the second half of last season, he did struggle a lot, he still showed his quality. That's what I think, at least that's my opinion. But yeah, I think that he has to play today, otherwise the news won't stop. And I think that in general, I think he is fully fit. Obviously, Pep, a lot of the time, he's rushed players back, and then he's gotten a lot of criticism for rushing players back. So that might be the reason why he's actually taking his time right now with bringing the players back, because obviously Götze has been on the bench for like the last 5 matches, and he's not been playing. So the case can be made, is Götze part of the squad? Is Götze part of Pep's team, of Pep's plan? I just find it a little bit contradictory, because when he brings players back too early, I'm the first person to criticize him, but now I'm just telling him to play Götze just because he's been back for basically for basically 5 or 6 weeks now. So that's just what I think right now. Yeah, but I think Götze should play. Coman should also play because I think he hasn't really played that much lately. You know, it's been just Costa, Robin, and Ribéry, and I think that Coman, he's been shown like even in the second half of the season he was really good, to be fair. So obviously he didn't have a chance against Robin and Costa against Juventus because Pep would always play the two more senior players against in such a crucial match. But against Werder Bremen, I think that he should play and give Robin a little bit of a rest as well. Maybe Costa can get a rest. Ribéry can maybe play 90 minutes with Costa. I don't know, but Ribéry and Coman is what I think should happen. I think that should be the wing pairing for against Werder Bremen, because Werder Bremen, they're pretty weak on the wing, so that would be a good matchup basically. Now, like I said, I think Vidal should get a rest. Now, there are a lot of players that should get a rest, but obviously we have to not to rotate too much because we still need to win this match. And obviously with Pizarro out, he's been basically the talisman since he's joined them and rejoined them, I should really say. So yeah, that's good to see. And they're not as bad as you would assume right now, but they're not doing that well right now. And Hertha Berlin have just scored a goal. My 2-1 prediction is looking pretty good right now. But look at the other matches. Look at the other matches. Actually, score prediction. I do think that we'll win this match. I don't think it'll be too good of a match because I think that we're going to rest a lot of players. We're going to play very dominant, but I don't think we're going to score that many goals. We're going to save these goals basically for the Juventus match. That's why I think we might win 2-1 or 2-0, which obviously winning by 2 goals is obviously quite good, quite big. But I think that we'll play much more dominant, so we should be able to score 5 or 6 goals, but we won't, just because that's how we roll at the moment, where we need like 10 shots to have 1 goal, and that's what I think will happen. So 2-0 for us. I think we'll keep a clean sheet. But look at the other matches. So obviously Hertha Berlin vs Schalke. I'm not going to talk about that one because that one is happening right now, about to go into half time. But you're looking at Borussia Mönchengladbach vs Eintracht Frankfurt. Gladbach, they should be winning this match. I mean, they're total favourites in this match, and that's why I'm gonna go with Gladbach. I just think that you're looking at Gladbach's just midfield, offensive partnerships and everything, and they're a much more dominant team, they're a much more better team, and that's what they should actually show it, especially at home, because at home they're really strong, they're really difficult to beat, as we obviously have known. So I do think that Gladbach will win, and Eintracht Frankfurt, they're kind of on a down right now, so I'll go with Gladbach winning 3-0 just because how bad Frankfurt has been lately. Next up, Ingolstadt versus Stuttgart. Now Stuttgart, they've obviously had a turnaround since the new manager came in a couple of weeks ago, and since then they've been playing much better. They were actually on a winning streak and whatnot, but obviously have dropped a little off. But they're still doing pretty well against Ingolstadt, who are doing pretty well as well. So you look at 2 teams and you're thinking, okay, who's going to win this match? And it's going to be really difficult to judge. So I'm going with a draw. Actually, no, you know what? I'm going with a Stuttgart win. Yes, I'm going with a Stuttgart win. 2-1 to Stuttgart. I don't know why, but I've just going with a Stuttgart win. Okay, that's all I can say. I'm going with a Stuttgart win. So Stuttgart is going to win. Next up, Hannover 96 versus Köln. Boy, oh boy. Obviously, the answer should be Köln. That's just a logical decision. That is, if you think about it, you're looking at where Köln is in the table, you look at where Hannover is in the table, you're like, yeah, Hannover's got no chance. The only thing they can really afford right now is getting a point or so. They've been playing really badly lately. But you look at Köln, they've been doing pretty well lately. So obviously the logical conclusion would be that Hannover would lose. But for some reason, I think that they can just get a draw. I think this is going to be the point where they're going to turn around the season, and I think that they won't get relegated. Yes, you heard it here first. I don't think Hannover will get relegated. I think they will make it. They'll get into 13th place. And I think this is going to start, especially in this match, with a draw. They're going to draw 2-2. I don't know where the goals are going to come. Trust me, I have no idea where the goals are coming from. But Hannover will score 2 goals. That's what I said, and that's what will happen. Yay! Next up, Darmstadt versus Augsburg. Augsburg obviously struggling really much, and Darmstadt obviously a much smaller side that are doing not too bad for obviously the Bundesliga stay. But I'll go with an Augsburg win just because they do have the quality to actually do things, whereas Darmstadt, they don't really. So I'll go with Augsburg win. I think it's going to be a 2-1 win. Just cause individual quality will bring them through. Because right now they look so disorganized, but they just have better players essentially. So I think that's gonna help them win this match. Next up, Bayer Leverkusen versus Hamburg. Obviously Leverkusen, they've been Leverkusening in the Europa League. honestly, like how can he choke that much? I never understood that about Leverkusen. There's a reason why people call them Vizekusen, Leverkusen, all these kind of things. You know, to pull a Leverkusen, that's a verb. To choke in the last minutes or so. But honestly, Leverkusen against Hamburg, that should be a good match, just because obviously Leverkusen had a much more superior team technically. And but obviously they are not really playing well right now. They're actually really struggling right now, and you can just tell that from the usual 4 or 5 teams that are fighting for the Champions League spots. I think that they're going to be a team that won't make it, which is a shame, because I think that they have fantastic players, and I think that if they don't make the Champions League, that a lot of those players will leave. I'm thinking of Bellarabi, I'm thinking of Çalhanoğlu, I'm thinking of maybe Kramer, maybe even Bender. I don't know, but you know, there are a lot of players in there that I think might leave once they don't make it in the Champions League, and it's just a shame because they've got such a good squad. It's just that they don't gel together. I don't think that's the way to put it. They don't gel together, but that's why I think that like I said, I don't think they'll actually make it into the Champions League by the end of the season. And because I think the 4 places are just set right now. Obviously Bayern, Dortmund, Hertha Berlin, I think that they'll actually make it, which I'm not a big fan of, just because I'd much rather have like Wolfsburg, even Gladbach in it, just because these are kind of teams that, you know, can actually do something in Europe. Whereas you look at Hertha Berlin and you're thinking, how much is Hertha Berlin really going to do in the Champions League? I don't know, but I think like those 4 are already set. So yeah, it is what it is, I guess. But I think that Leverkusen will win this match 2-1, but I think it won't be a glamorous 2-1. It will be just like a last minute 2-1, basically what Leverkusen have been doing all season long, where they just literally score in the last 5 minutes or so. But I just can't see them getting a Champions League spots. I think that's already pretty much given right now. But last but not least, Borussia Dortmund versus Mainz. Now, obviously Mainz, they've done pretty well for themselves actually. 5th in the table, I believe. So even they're fighting for the Champions League spot, which I'm like, no, like it's like, who comes up with that kind of thing? But obviously Dortmund, they absolutely dismantled Spurs 3-0, and in general they just look at a pretty good team. But they already know that they're basically guaranteed to be second in the Bundesliga. If you watch some of the previous games, not the game against us, but some of the previous games, they have actually they've actually been playing like a second string team in the Bundesliga, just like, yeah, we're basically already guaranteed to get the Champions League. So let's put all our focus on the Europa League matches. But even with a second string team, and obviously it's difficult to say who the second string team is, even with that, they're clear favourites against Mainz. So I do think this is going to be a very good match. I think this is going to be a match that I'm going to keep my eye on, just because Mainz are doing so well right now. But I do think Dortmund is just too strong and will win this match 3-1. But I do think that Mainz is going to put a really good fight until they eventually crumble. And that's what I think will happen. But tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. As always, people, you can rate, comment, favourite, and subscribe. You can peace out and you can have a nice day. Bye.